Still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. On the visiting sideline, their head coach. His guy's looking good right out the gate, off to a 2-0 start. Across from him on the Bucs sideline, Todd Bowles. His guy's ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018 from Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. They'll start on the ground with Irving. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. And you see the numbers for Irving in last week's ball game. 18 carries, 98 yards, and a score.
A key component of his team's offense. He will certainly stay in that role if he keeps producing like this each week. Expecting to make a run at not only matching, but exceeding those numbers as this one goes on.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. You talk about this Falcon defense. They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it?
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taking it about the 16. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. And it will be Falcon football. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And leading them out is their 5th-year quarterback.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
Looking to put a drive together. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to Robinson now on first down. And slow going there as they'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. Checking on the numbers last week for Robinson. 16 carries, 75 yards, and a touchdown.
They're coming off of back-to-back wins, and I think a lot of credit belongs to this guy right here because, to me, he's not only carried his weight, he's carried a few other guys along as well. He's helped draw defensive attention away from not just him, but open things up for his teammates, too. So if this winning streak is going to continue to have some legs to it, he has to remain effective and put together another nice game.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from April's draft. And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
You talk about this Falcon defense. This unit, 3rd best in the NFL in stopping the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice game.
Over the middle, complete. It's Terry. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. From the gun, it's a run by Evans. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. From the 38 now, here's a 2nd down and 4.
20.
Mayfield now. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pick up there at 20 yards.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Now Mayfield. He finds his man complete. That's Terry. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Mayfield to throw it. to the end zone, but it's incomplete. The third down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
To throw is King. Off the bootleg.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A nice pickup there. 18 yards. First down, Falcons.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
Ready, set. Set, ready. Cougar 19.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The Falcons at 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
19, Tiger, 19.
Off the play fake. King. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 40. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
Circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
1st and 10, it's Patterson.
And lost football. And the Buccaneers have it. Oftentimes you say some guys have a knack for creating turnovers. He forced a fumble last week, forces another one.
And one of my good coaching buddies, Frank Delano, always told me, hey, Davis, creating turnovers is not as much about skill as it is about desire.
Oh, I thought it was going to be will, because will rhyme with skill.
Come on,
With desire. We'll go with desire.
What are you, the rhyme master now?
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain. Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them,
You might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Throwing, Mayfield.
And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin.
And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
Atlanta regains possession of the football.
And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
It's a gain of 17
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
60 Eagles.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks, giving the yard up to the 42. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here we go. Set. Mustang 19.
From the gun on 3rd down, King got this complete to the tight end Pitts. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Under their strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and 1st down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Okay, break. Get it. Pat the 60. Pat the 60. Ready.
Patterson hits right up the middle.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Oh, my, you know that that's one that he'll want to have back. I mean, they did everything right. Got the linebackers commit on the play action. He just flat out missed.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
Off play action. King. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
And this one is right through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Tampa Bay offense set to go again. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. 10-3 our score after one here on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And out across midfield down to the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Here's Mayfield. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Terry.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
What's that? 180. What's that?
Baker going to give it to Irvin.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll bring him back within 4. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey,
Gives it to Algier to start things off.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
70.
Robinson up the middle.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Rambo 80. Ready.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Here's 2nd and 3.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They'll run the toss here. Edwards. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
And it's 3rd down.
They run once more with Edwards. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
And that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the 1st down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
2nd and 1 now from the 21. Straight ahead, it's Irving.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
That's good for a 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
180.
A run up the middle with Irving. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
He was tackled at the
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run here with Irving.
That is not going to be any help as they dump it behind the line of scrimmage. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction.
This defense has really flown around in the 1st half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find the hole.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
3rd down and 13.
Looking to throw. King. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Atlanta.
You want to see a defensive coordinator get upset and throw his headset? This is the kind of play that'll do it. You force 3rd and long. This is almost sort of a give-up play. You're just hoping to get something positive, and it winds up breaking big, and they convert on 3rd down.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
2nd and 6. Looking for London on the out route complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Cowboy 80.
On the counter, this is Robinson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now a 2nd and 10.
60, pat the 60, pat the 60. Ready?
A give for Edwards running right. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped, but what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, ends up spilling it for a loss.
King from the gun on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 13-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Ready?
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Oh, nice move. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Ready, set. Here we go.
Now a first carry here for the running back. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts
Ready up.
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready, ready.
From the gun on 3rd down, King. Yeah, he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Ready.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, 70 Timberwolves.
They'll try and run for it. And this winds up a disaster nowhere near the marker. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Mayfield. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Yeah, especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. McKinnon here, it's complete. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
A gain of 9 yards.
Mayfield looks to throw. Keeps himself upright. But now he's swallowed up and taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. To throw, Mayfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeout? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Let's take it inside his own 40.
So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hanson. He's got our EA Sports halftime.